Hi again. Welcome back to Women of the Bible, Women of the Old Testament. And today I'm looking at the widow and the jar of oil. We'll find her in 2 Kings chapter 4, verses 1 through 7. So give me a moment. Let's read it. Okay. 1 through 7. Now there cried a certain woman of the wives of the sons of the prophets unto Elijah, saying, Thy servant my husband, is dead, and thou knowest that thy servant did fear the Lord, and the Creator is come to take unto him my two sons to be a bondman. And Elisha said unto her, What shall I do for thee? Tell me, what hast thou in the house? And she said, Thine handmaid hath not anything in the house but a pot of oil. Then he said, Go, borrow thee vessels abroad of all thy neighbors, even empty vessels. Borrow not a few. And when thou art come in, thou shalt shut the door upon thee and upon thy sons, and shalt pour out into all those vessels, and thou shalt set aside that which is full. So she went from him and shut the door upon her and her sons, who brought the vessels to her, and she poured out. And it came to pass, when the vessels were full, that she said unto her son, Bring me yet a vessel. And he said unto her, There is not a vessel more. And the oil stayed. Then she came and told the man of God, and he said, Go, sell the oil, and pay thy debt, and live thy and your children of the rest. It's a simple story. Remember how I've talked about in history, if the head of the household passes, the woman has no real power. Her sons are in debt. Her household's in debt. Everything's about to be taken. And she goes to the one person that she thinks can help her, and that's Elijah. And because of that debt, her sons were about to be enslaved. They're about to be taken into slavery to pay that debt. Now, when you're reading throughout the Bible, you're going to see this a lot. It's the same thing over and over and over again. The women are in trouble. The men have died. They're having to figure out how to take care of themselves. And in this case, it just so happens to be the only thing she has left in the house, little bitty jar of oil. That's all she got. Just a little bitty jar of oil. Now imagine, you go to your neighbors, knock on the door. Do you have vessels I can use? I need empty vessels. If they're full, that's fine, but I need vessels. In other words, I need pots. All sizes of pots. Big, little, medium, whatever. I need every pot I can get my hands on. Now, can you imagine your neighbors looked at you like you're crazy, but hey, it's spring, I can clean my house out anyway, here you go. And he tells her, lock yourself in your house, your sons too. Pour that oil. Just a little bit. Doesn't mean much. Just a little. And guess what happens? Every vessel that she had in that house was filled to the brim with oil. Enough oil that Elisha even told her, go and sell it and pay off your debts. Then anything you have left is yours. Yours. You can cook with it, you can sell it, share it with your neighbors, but sell it first to pay off your debt. She trusted in God. She trusted the man's word that God would supply, and he did. Again, we're seeing this over and over and over again. God will supply. God will provide. And in this case, he provided through Elijah for the widow and her sons. And if you'll notice when you read this, her name is not given. And she sells the oils, sons, that's all we hear of it. So something to think about. When God comes to you with a task, when he comes to you with a task, do you kind of, sort of, maybe do it? Or do you go all out and hit it hard? It might be something you don't want to do. Me, I don't want to do that. But I'm tasked with it, and I'm going to do it. Do you take time to pray and center yourself before you do the task? Or do you just, like a bull in a china closet, just charge right on in? Personally, depends on what it is. But 9 times out of 10, I will pray and center myself before I start and even complete the task. God bless you and keep you in everything that you do. The next up in the series of Women of the Bible will be the Women of the New Testament. I'm not going to cover all of them. I'm just going to cover some. Okay? Take care. Until next time.